Hello everyone, and welcome to my Vanderpump Bombshell channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Tom Sandoval has stopped his stretch with restraint. Following more than 8 months of restraint, which started after his corrupt undertaking with Raquel Levis, 29, was uncovered in WALK 2023, Sandoval, 41, affirmed he is drinking again while additionally dishing on his revived kinship with Tom Schwartz, 40, conceding to almost stopping Vanderpump Rules and sharing his expectations for Raquel's future. I took around 8.5 months off, Sandoval uncovered to fresh insight about his drinking at the Siphon Rules Season 11 debut party on January 17. I concluded I've gotten past everything I needed to traverse, going to a live event, doing BravoCon, recording a whole time of Vanderpump Rules, doing my meetings. Right now, Sandoval says he's in a decent spot, sharing that he really, as of late, made the way of life change and that he's centered around pushing ahead and remaining occupied, with his calling to take note of that. Going through all of this has inspired me to comprehend what is really significant. What would it be advisable for me I invest my significant investment and my enthusiasm on, he made sense of. While Sandoval's kinship with Schwartz was profoundly affected by Scandoval, similar to their eateries, Sandoval and his colleague are currently enjoying a positive outlook. I love that man, and I realize he adores me, Sandoval said. We both have messed up. Him not on this level, but rather he's an exceptionally tolerating and wonderful person. I owe him. Thinking back on the development of Siphon Rules Season 11, Sandoval conceded recording was an overwhelming undertaking. There were most certainly times where I couldn't say whether I planned to return, he shared. Being around everybody, particularly after the gathering, was extremely intense. Plunking down up close and personal with individuals was quite possibly of the hardest thing I've done in my life. Almost 1 year in the wake of taping the gathering, Sandoval says he values his castmates for all their excursions and every one of the extreme things they've gone through. In one more meeting at the debut party, Sandoval talked about his previous fire. Raquel clearly didn't return on the show. I'm trusting she simply continues on, discovers a sense of harmony, and I'm hoping everything turns out great for her, he told individuals. As indicated by Sandoval, the show that followed the uncover of his and Raquel's since cut-off friendship was likely one of the hardest things he's at any point needed to confront. It was extremely testing and incredibly, only close to home on occasion, he made sense of. I think after everything, I simply believe that individuals should recollect that I'm certainly flawed. Yet, I'm an individual. I'm not a person, This isn't the fledglings versus cardinals. And I'm not Negan from the Strolling Dead. I'm myself who's putting myself out there alongside the remainder of my castmates. Furthermore, this incidentally turns out to be ish asterisk time for me in view of claiming that components of Scandoval were really organized by creation. However, it was guaranteed that this entire circumstance was credible. She is presently questioning that. All in all, what precisely occurred and which minutes were not real? Raquel Levis affirms components of Scandoval organized by creation. However, some were dubious. Raquel Levis' issue with Tom Sandoval didn't emerge until WALK 2023. This was something like a half-year subsequent to shooting for Season 10 had finished. However, cameras got right back to catch the aftermath of the entire circumstance. As it ended up, the undertaking began in August 2022 and was not a one-evening thing as Sandoval depicted it. Maybe it had been what was going on behind Sandoval's long-term sweetheart and Levis' dear companion. Ariana Madix is back. It even occurred in the home Madix and Sandoval shared. Presently, Raquel, previously known as Raquel, has a digital broadcast called Raquel Denounces Any and All Authority, and she is spilling the entirety of the tea. As of late, she itemized what occurred during her experience with Sandoval and how a portion of the components were organized. As indicated by the Ashley's Existence Gathering, Levis is saying that Tom Schwartz, the closest companion of Sandoval, had a profound knowledge of the undertaking all along. This isn't that large of a shock as he wound up letting the cat out of the bag that Sandoval and Levis previously connected in August. That was not gotten well by Sandoval, by any stretch of the imagination, as he needed an alternate timetable. Schwartz knew since the earliest reference point. I got a call from Sandoval the morning after we connected the initial time, and my brain was dashing. I was feeling such a lot of disgrace about it. I at long last got a call from Sandoval, and he was at Schwartz's condo when he called me, and that resembled a place of refuge for him. So Schwartz knew before we even had a discussion to discuss it, and what the strategy would have been. Obviously, that makes one wonder of the kiss between Raquel Levis and Tom Schwartz. This really occurred around a similar time Sandoval and Levis previously got together. That was clearly completely organized and a storyline for the show. The kiss heard round Weo. At the point when Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz headed out in different directions, she asked that he not be with anybody in their companion bunch. Then, at that point, he and Raquel Levis checked out one another and kissed in Mexico at Shiana Shea's wedding. Schwartz was not into kissing her, but rather she says creation enjoyed it, so they got it going. It was certainly arranged and certainly created, and I additionally feel like Schwartz had to precede Sandoval to kiss me. We went in for a kiss, clearly the two of us realizing that I had a thing with Sandoval. And at that time, this felt so delivered. This is obviously a storyline. Raquel proceeded to say that makers proceeded to give her a glamping trip as a reward for what she did. Any time she was with Schwartz was just covering for her heartfelt circumstance with Sandoval. It was basically a diversion, and them three went with it. She even shared she and SUR chief Peter Madrigal went out behind the scenes, yet creation made them reorder that. Do you accept the story that Raquel is pushing, or would she say she is simply attempting to make herself seem to be the person in question? Tell us your considerations and watch Season 11 of Vanderpump Rules, debuting January 30th on Bravo. The kiss heard round Weo. At the point when Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz headed out in different directions, she asked that he not be with anybody in their companion bunch. Then, at that point, he and Raquel Levis checked out one another and kissed in Mexico at Shiana Shea's wedding. Schwartz was not into kissing her, but rather she says creation enjoyed it, so they got it going. It was certainly arranged and certainly created, and I additionally feel like Schwartz had to precede Sandoval to kiss me. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.